That was giving news anchor. Today, I'm giving you an inside look of what went into editing this music video.
Comme le monde est à l'envers, j'angoisse à ne rien faire. Je magasine en ligne des assiettes à dessert.
If we haven't had the pleasure of meeting already, my name is Tiffany, and I sometimes help people make videos and take photos. Sophie d'Orléans is writing songs that make you feel seen en français, everybody. Now that we have our introductions, let's rewind a little bit. It all started with a meeting.
Okay, so when I was in Europe, I filmed footage of me snapping along to Comme, Monde, my song. Right. And I would like to teleport.
Yes, footage, and I would like to teleport.
There's about 35 takes
Okay.
of this song in different spots.
Okay.
And then,
I would like to teleport.
yeah,
Like, so serious.
because I did full takes every time
Of the whole song?
of the whole song.
Oh my god.
I applaud her for that, because if I did that, I would myself. I'm gonna cut that out. That's not what I wanted to say. After this meeting, I was sent over all of the footage, and there was a lot to sift through.
Who is she? Who is she? What? Yes. Ugh.
And the remainder of our communication was via Instagram and email. First, I reviewed the notes that I took during the meeting, which involved different ideas that she had for formatting and elements that could be added in. I then went through and picked out clips that I thought were the most visually appealing.
So cute little village.
Anything that I thought had optimal lighting and breathtaking backgrounds. I placed them in a separate folder called Yummies, which I honestly didn't even end up using this folder really.
Okay, here we go. Here is where everything gets difficult. But it's good, it's good. I've done music videos before, so I'm not afraid of this. I'm not afraid.
Following that, I started to do my best to line up the snapping.
No.
There wasn't really a formula here because I wasn't quite familiar with the song yet, and so I was just essentially guessing where to put each snap. It's also in French. I know French. I can speak French if you force me to, but your girl is not French. And so I wasn't really focused on where the snaps were and more focused on making that connection of that moment in between the snap, or the ending of the first snap and the beginning of the next. It's similar to meditation, so kind of noticing where each inhale and exhale begins, or that space in between each inhale and exhale. It's like catching that moment and weaving them together. Picking which clips in what order was a challenge. There were constraints within that as well, with the amount of clips provided. Like, there was just a lot. But in my own practice with filming, photography, and editing, the amount of photos that you take versus the amount that are actually usable is like sometimes cut in half in my experience, at least. I don't know if I should be sharing that, but I've also worked with, photographers where you're taking photos for like 4 hours and you get 15 photos, or we're performing for 30 to 45 minutes and we get 10 really great photos. So there were a few that I couldn't use because either the lip syncing timing was off, or she was quickly putting her phone in her pocket, or even the snapping was off. After a while of working with the snapping, I noticed and also remembered that there was some B-roll footage to be used in the transitions. So whenever there is a break of instrumental in between verses or leading into the chorus. So I was playing around with those, and I saw this amazing footage of a very cool building, and it was very trippy, rotational, and it had this kaleidoscopic element to it. I don't know how else to explain it. And I put this at the very beginning during the intro of the song that sounded trippy and like sparkling. It has a kind of dreamlike quality to it. So I sent over the first draft, which was actually the entire song with footage over the entire song. And upon reflection, I'm realizing that that maybe wasn't the best way to go about it. I probably should have stopped like verse 1, chorus send it over. Yeah, maybe not spend so much time working on the entire mural and just do it one section at a time.
We are going to get started with the second draft of Sophie's video. It's been a hot minute since I've worked on this. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it's funny because vlogs can sometimes feel like, oh my God, like this is like every day. It's been a month. It's been a month. So Sophie's been busy. I have been busy. And I think Sophie also just needed time to like digest everything and write really, really elaborate notes, which we love to see it. So let's go through.
Sophie really liked the intro with the building, but wanted me to slow it down and cut out the person that was walking in it. She also gave me notes on each timestamp, which was both incredibly helpful and slightly overwhelming. But the main goal of this was to choose the best clips. So I got rid of some clips such as this cute bird, but she noticed that there was poop. I genuinely thought it was just pavement markings, but yeah, I'm sure that it's poop. Duh. And mainly any clips where there's people walking by, and then removing any other clips that had bad lighting or that she personally didn't like, which I respect. But with deleting all of these clips, that meant sifting through what remained and trying to be intentional of which clips can be used. Sophie also requested that I do some color correcting as well for the clips that she liked, but I found that the sky was super bright in some of them, so I researched how to do that because I didn't go to school for this. I'm self-taught.
Hey, you're doing good. Yeah, sounds good. Yeah. Let's got some of the best guitar player in the world. Yeah, self-taught, no lessons. Thank you very much, Pop.
And then I was reviewing everything and doing my best to line up the snapping again and getting frustrated. And what was helping me was actually snapping with her to make sure that everything was seamless. And then it just got to the point where I hit a wall.
Okay, so here's what happened. I have showered and I think that I'm gonna be done for today. I worked on it for about 3 hours. It is getting to the point where the clips are repeating themselves, and Sophie had mentioned that in the notes that she gave me. And so I think I'm gonna just send her what I have done, what I have fixed for the kind of first half, and then just see if she has any kind of suggestions as to what else we could put in for the second half so that it's not so repetitive. And she did send me some more selection and some more clips of her snapping and lip syncing. So that was really helpful, but it still is coming to a point where the video is basically restarting. So instead of continuing and doing work, I'm just gonna stop here, send her what I have, and let's see what she thinks.
About a week later, Sophie got back to me with some more notes. She sent over some more clips as well, both telling me her favorite clips from the original batch and from the newer batch. Lastly, she introduced her interest in adding some sort of transition in between the verses. She wasn't too sure of this, and so she sent me some examples, and she used the words zoom in, filters, overlays, and frames, which I was super excited about. You know I love a fucking light leak, okay? At this point, I was adding in the title card, and she gave me the exact font she wanted, and I added some shadow to it as well to make it pop. I experimented with those different effects, so I added some transparent layering and some rainbowy effects as well. A week and a half later, Sophie got back to me and she absolutely adored the light leak. She wanted more, baby, more. She also mentioned that she wanted the video to have a Wes Anderson effect and feel to it, to have a common thread, a unified theme, whether that means using the same filter throughout or utilizing the same transition here and there. I changed the film reel to brown, which she wanted. We actually ended up just X-naying that completely in the end. And ultimately, just some color grading to get that Wes Anderson feel. Now, color grading is not my strength. And so there was a lot of research that went into how to get this Wes Anderson feel and look, because I really don't have an eye for this. I do now, maybe, that now that I have like really dove into how to do this. But beforehand I was like, I don't know what you mean by bring out more orange. So I learned how to work with curves, which I've only dipped my toe in, and also how to isolate cool colors and bring out those warmer tones of orange. And the footage went from this to this. The final version involved minor edits and final credits, and that's it, baby. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if you like these behind the scenes videos, and I will post more. You hear that pitter patter? That's my dog. Hi, honey. Huge thanks to our patrons over at The High Mind. Make sure that you go watch Sophie's video, Comme, monde, give it a like, and I will see you next time. Bye. I'm so sorry. If I look worried, it's because this is my second time filming this, because the first time was out of focus. Hello?